Hey guys, so I'm going to show what I've been collecting a bit lately, just to pass some times. I'm doing a subset of the T206 Hall of Famer action shots, and these cards are coming up on their 100th anniversary. They were produced from 1909 through 1911. So I think these are gonna, well, they've always been popular, but it's coming up on 100 years, so that's why I've decided to get a few cards. Back then, these were inserted into little tobacco packs or pouches, because they wanted smokers and they wanted to advertise their brands. There were 16 of these brands back then. This one is a Sweet Capital cigarettes. Another popular one was Piedmont, and we know they were popular because the Sweet Cap and the Piedmont are the most plentiful that we have today. The others, like I don't think I have any other ones. The others, yeah. Others, rare ones are like Drum, Lennox, Oozit, Polar Bear, American Beauty, Carolina Brights, and they vary in degrees of scarcity these days, or how tough they are. The set has 521 cards, or 524. Not counting like the Wagner or the Plank, but I'm just decided to put a little subset together. This one's the Frank Chance, and he's batting the Chicago Cubs. He was in the famous poem Tinker to Evers to Chance, and I think I got a Tinker in here. Yeah, my Tinker is also a batting pose. I generally like batting poses. The T206, it has either a portrait pose, batting pose, and sometimes you see a throwing pose, like this George Davis. He's also a Hall of Famer, not a very well-known one, but this is kind of like a throwing pose. And he has a Sweet Capital back too. Hal Chase, a notorious gambler / first baseman of the New York American. They used to be known as the Highlanders, but yeah, he was known for throwing games, fixing games, so that's why you don't hear much about him today, but he was a very good first baseman back in the days. Hugh Jennings, also a Hall of Famer. He was the manager of those great teams that had Ty Cobb and Sam Crawford, Bill Donovan. This is an Ed Walsh, but he's from the Carmel E90 Type 1 set. He's not part of the T206. Well, he is, but that card's not from the T206. Victor Willis, St. Louis, another lesser-known Hall of Famer. Most of the guys back then, they got into the Hall of Fame from the Veterans Committee. They didn't put up monster stats like you would see today. Chief Bender, famous Indian origin pitcher of the Philadelphia Ace. They had a great team back then. They won a couple championships, I think, with the $100,000 infield, and they had Plank, another great left-handed Hall of Fame pitcher that has a very famous T206 card. Matt Lazare, this is another E90 Type 1. Elmer Flick, Cleveland Spiders. Yeah, he was another outfielder. Clark Griffith, Cincinnati team, and I have a Cy Young. These cards are raw cards. They're not graded, but if you're looking to start into the set, I would suggest you first buying graded, so you don't buy any alter cards or reprints. Not to say that the grading companies do 100% good job, but you know they're good at what they do, and if you're a beginner, then you should buy some graded cards first to get a feel. This is PSA. They generally do a good job, but for pre-war cards, you should stick to SGC. Sports Card Guarantee. This is Nav Lazare batting pose. This is one of my favorite poses there. I have another one because I like this pose. This is from Beckett. Beckett does a decent job of grading too, but you should generally stick to SGC. I haven't cracked these out yet because the Beckett is really tough to crack out. Some of these raw ones were in SGC holders, and they were the easiest to crack out, so that's why. So yeah, those are some of the T206 cards. Commons will probably run you about $10 to $15 in these conditions. These will be like VG, very good condition. You'll probably get a grade of like 2 or 3. These Hall of Famers in VG would run you around 90 to 100 bucks. Good condition, probably 40 to 50 bucks. Poor fare, probably in the 30-35 range. So yeah, that's just quick guidelines if you want to buy a few. All right.